Ishituhu of the Supreme Controller. Drashtum, just to see. Manju, very pleasing. Mahitvam anyat api, other glories of the Lord also. Tat Vatsan, their calves. Ita, then that very place they were. Vatsapan, and the cowherd boys taking care of the calves. Nitva, bringing them. Anyatra, to a different place. Kuru Dvaha, O Maharaj Parichet. Antar Dadhat, kept hidden and invisible for some time. Ke avasthita yaha, this person Brahma, who was situated in the higher planetary systems in the sky. Pura, formerly. Drishtva, was observing. Aghasur Mokshanam, the wonderful killing and deliverance of Aghasur from material tribulation. Prabhavata, of all the potent Supreme Person. Prapta Param Vishmayam, had become extremely astonished. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, Brahma, who resides in the higher planetary system in the sky, had observed the activities of the most powerful Krishna in killing and delivering Aghasur, and he was astonished. Now that time, Brahma wanted to show some of his own power and see the power of Krishna, who was engaged in his childhood pastimes, playing as if with ordinary cowherd boys. Therefore, in Krishna's absence, Brahma took all the boys and calves to another place. Thus he became entangled, for in the very near future he would see how powerful Krishna was. Purport. When Aghasur was being killed by Krishna, who was accompanied by his associates, Brahma was astonished. But when he saw that Krishna was very much enjoying his pastimes of lunch, he was even more astonished and wanted to test whether Krishna was actually there. Thus he became entangled in Krishna's Maya. After all, Brahma was born materially. As mentioned here, Ambho Janma Jani, he was born of Ambhoja, a lotus flower. It doesn't matter that he was born of a lotus and not of any man, animal or material father. A lotus is also material, and anyone born through the material energy must be subject to the four material deficiencies: Brahma, the tendency to commit mistakes; Pramada, the tendency to be loosened; Vipralipsa, the tendency to cheat; and Karna Patva, imperfect senses. Thus Brahma also became entangled. Brahma, with his Maya, wanted to test whether Krishna was actually present. These cowherd boys were but expansions of Krishna's personal self. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabi. Later, Krishna would show Brahma how he expands himself into everything as his personal pleasure. Anand Chinmaya Rasa, Haladini Shakti Rasmat. Krishna has a transcendental potency called Haladini Shakti. He doesn't enjoy anything that is a product of the material energy. Brahma therefore would see Lord Krishna expand his energy. Brahma wanted to take away Krishna's associate, but instead he took away some other boys and calves. Ravana wanted to take away Sita, but that was impossible, and instead he took away a Maya Sita. Similarly, Brahma took away Mayar Bhaka, boys manifested by Krishna's Maya. Brahma could show some extraordinary opulence to the Mayar Bhaka, but he could not show any extraordinary potency to Krishna's associates. That he would see in the very near future. Mayar Bhakasya Ishitu. This bewilderment, this Maya, was caused by the Supreme Controller, Prabhavata, the all-potent Supreme Person, Krishna. And we shall see the result. Anyone materially born is subject to bewilderment. This pastime is therefore called Brahma Vimohan Leela, the pastime of bewildering Brahma. Mohitana Bijanati Mamebhya Paramavayam, Bhagavad Gita 7.13. Materially born persons cannot fully understand Krishna. Even the demigods cannot understand him. Muhyanti yat surya, tene brahma hridaya adi kavye. Bhagavatam 1.1.1. Everyone from Brahma down to the small insect must take lessons from Krishna. Please repeat the translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, Brahma, who resides in the higher planetary system in the sky, had observed the activities of the most powerful Krishna in killing and delivering Aghasura. And he was astonished. Now that same Brahma wanted to show some of his own power and see the power of Krishna, who was engaged in his childhood pastimes, playing as if with ordinary cowherd boys. Therefore, in Krishna's absence, Brahma took all the boys and calves to another place. Thus he became entangled. For in the very near future, he would see how powerful Krishna was. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vijvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I seek the blessings of all the assembled devotees here to able to speak on the most confidential pastimes of Lord Krishna. And we are in the Canto 10, which is considered as the most confidential and intimate pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead with his very, very intimate associates. So, as we are on this section of Brahma stealing the boys and calves. So we are reading from last couple of weeks about how Aghasura was delivered by Krishna, and this deliverance of Aghasur was observed by all the demigods and they were celebrating it. Even Brahma observed the activities of the powerful Krishna in killing and delivering the Aghasur. And even Brahma was also surprised and amazed. So he came because everyone would fear Aghasur. He was such a powerful demon that everyone would fear, all the demigods would fear. And Krishna, a small boy, killed him without using any weapon. In fact, all the demons in Vrindavan were killed by Krishna without using any weapon, just by some punch or, just he caught the hind legs of the ash demon and just whirled around and threw. So, just in fun. Only for Aghasur, he had to expand his body inside the when all the cowherd boys couldn't see at that time, Krishna expanded his body and choked the throat of Aghasur. So Brahma was very amazed to see that these pastimes of Krishna. So he came down to see what else is happening, and he was more amazed, more surprised to see the pastime of Krishna with the cowherd boys when Krishna was taking the lunch. So that was more surprising, more astonishing than the pastime of killing of Aghasur. Because Brahma saw that Krishna is sitting with all the cowherd boys and they are having their lunch. And they all are having their lunch, then they are testing it, then the same jutha, they are giving it to Krishna. And that was very surprised. We know how, with what purity we have to serve Krishna. How much the pujaris, they know how many times they have to take bath, make offerings, so neat and clean. And so much of cleanliness and purity has to be observed in making an offering. And here Brahma is observing that the cowherd boys are tasting and they are even giving Krishna to taste. And Madhu Mangal, he is drinking buttermilk and Krishna wants to snatch it. So it is filled in his mouth and Krishna presses it, the buttermilk comes out and Krishna then takes it. So these pastimes were very, very shocking for Brahma. What is this happening here? It was okay to kill Aghasur, but our Supreme Lord is doing such pastimes, and the way he is eating all this, in one way, contaminated dishes, So he got more surprised, he got more astonished. And then he thought to test the power of Krishna. So, of course, one is that Brahma is planning or he is thinking to test the power of Krishna. But you also know that by this pastime, Krishna wanted to fulfill the desire of all the Brajvasis. So with this pastime, Krishna fulfilled so many desires of the Brajvasis. Like all the older ladies in Braj, they wanted to have Krishna their own child. They would see that Mother Yashoda, how she is serving Krishna and how Mother Yashoda is enjoying so much serving Krishna. So the older coward ladies, the gopis, would also think, oh, if Krishna would become our son, it would be so nice. Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari Ji ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the older gopis would wish that if Krishna becomes their son. Similarly, all the cows, they would be so attracted by the enchanting beauty of Krishna. So Krishna fulfilled everyone's desire. For 1 year he expanded all the cowherd boys, as all the calves, and everywhere expanded and gave unlimited pleasure to the older gopis and to the cows. Cows got the opportunity to feed Krishna their own milk. All the older gopis got opportunity to personally serve Krishna and fed their breast milk, and whatever they wanted to do with Krishna, they could do all those things. They did all those things with now Krishna coming in the form of their own child. So in this way Krishna fulfilled their desire in this pastime because they wanted this. And Brahma also wanted to test the power. So here we see that not only Brahma got bewildered, but we also hear about many other demigods who got bewildered, like we hear about Indra got bewildered in the Govardhan Leela. And we also hear about Lord Shiva, who got attracted to the Mohini incarnation and started running towards the Mohini Murti. So, as it is explained in the purport, that how anything material or made from the material energy is subject to these deficiencies: Brahma, Pramad, Vipralipsa, and Karna Patwa. So because being in this material world and made up of material energy, we all have these 4 defects. And because of these 4 defects, it is very much impossible for us to get the perfect knowledge by our own research, by our own analysis, or by our own inductive way of knowledge, trying to do more research like how the scientists are doing, or trying to find out what our own mental speculation. Like many times when we are trying to preach Krishna consciousness, we meet people and we try to tell them to come to temple or read books, and they would say, they say, I do whatever my mind says, I just listen to my mind. So people respond like this, or I'll do just what I feel, But you understand that we are having these 4 deficiencies, and because of these deficiencies, it is not possible for us to understand Krishna or Krishna's pastimes, or even able to understand our real identity as that we are not this body, but we are spirit soul. So all this is not possible when we have so much defect. And even Brahma, as Prabhupada writes in the purport, that even the lotus from which Brahma is born, that is also material, and Brahma is also material, and thus he became entangled because of these 4 deficiencies. So then who is beyond these deficiencies? Other places it is explained that only those who are pure devotees of the Lord, the pure devotees of the Lord, they are liberated and they are beyond these 4 deficiencies. So Krishna's expansions, his plenary expansions, and Krishna's pure devotees, they are only beyond these 4 defects. And those who are liberated, these personalities, they can only liberate us. Someone who is bound cannot unbound others. Someone who is himself bound by the ropes cannot unbound others. So general people in this material world, or even so many impersonalists, those who are themselves bound, or Mayavadis, they cannot unbound their followers. But the pure devotees or the liberated souls, because they are liberated, they are not bound by these material deficiencies, they can unbound us. Because we are also right now so much controlled by the laws of material nature. So by their association, we can also get liberated. Otherwise, it's not possible. That's why all these acharyas, all the Vaishnava acharyas and this whole Brahmada Sampradaya, the liberated personalities, they know the way. And they are giving us so much of literatures, they are giving us so much of instructions and teachings by which we can also get liberated. And their teachings, their instructions, they are also free from the 4 defects. As this is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Brahma Pramad Vipralipsa Karana Patva Arsa Vigyava Ke Nahi Dosa Ei Saba. Mistakes, illusions, cheating and defective perception do not occur in the sayings of the authoritative sages. So whatever they are giving, there are no mistakes, there are no deficiencies there. And for us, how are we going to get it? Prabhupada explained, just like when a father says to a child that this is a spectacle, then child has to accept, yeah, this is a spectacle. He doesn't have to do his own research to find out what is this product. Or similarly, for a small boy, if he wants to know who is his father, the most simple process is ask your mother. Just ask the mother, and mother will tell the child that who is your father. So in the similar way for us, when we are so much bound by the laws of material nature and a product of material energy, so much of all these 4 defects, the only process is that when we hear the higher authorities, when we hear the teachings given by the great Vaishnava acharyas, and we serve them. As said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena shevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. So those who have seen Krishna, those who have personally experienced Krishna, they can give us Krishna. Somebody who has got 10 rupees, 20 rupees, he can give us 10 or 20. But somebody who has got 100, he can give us 10 also, 20 also, 50 also, and 100 also. So these pure devotees, the liberated souls, because they have experienced Krishna, Jnaninas Tattva Darshana, they have seen. And when we take their shelter, Pranipatena, we take their shelter, we surrender to them, completely surrender to them, and Pariprasnena, and we inquire from them about the absolute truth. And then Sevaya, offering the seva, then it is possible for conditioned soul like us to get liberated. Otherwise it's not possible. Otherwise we'll remain in this material world and will remain caught by the laws of material nature. So we see this beautiful system given by Srila Prabhupada, where we have all these opportunities to surrender to the senior Vaishnavas, our Guru, our Siksha Guru, our Diksha Guru, and also to serve them and to inquire from them, read Srila Prabhupada books, hear Srimad Bhagavatam classes, because we have our deficiency. With our own we cannot get anything. But the only way is hearing from the right authority. So when we attend these Srimad Bhagavatam classes, hear from very, very senior Vaishnavas, then slowly we start getting realization. And then serving the Vaishnavas. So all these processes are so much correlated, and it is all offered in this institution of ISKCON, which is helping us, or which is transforming material into spiritual. Isn't it? All the material, this our material body, or all the material things which is coming here, by the teachings of our Vaishnava acharyas, what is happening? It is getting transformed to all spiritual. And by following this process, we'll also become spiritual. Just we see here, as Prabhupada explains in the purport, that Krishna has a transcendental potency called Haladini Shakti. He doesn't enjoy anything that is a product of material energy. Krishna doesn't enjoy anything which is a product of material energy. So Krishna is not going to even manifest before us or touch us till the time we are under the control of this material product. Till the time we think I am the controller, I am important, so everyone should serve me. Till the time that kind of propensity is there, and we think I am this material body, I have to make this body very strong, stout, and we are attached, Krishna is not going to touch us. We see Krishna would perform direct pastimes with the Vaishnava Goswamis or Acharyas. Why? Because they were completely spiritual. As it is said here, he doesn't enjoy anything that is a product of material energy. So we see Krishna would do direct pastimes with Sanatana Goswami in Vrindavan. Krishna is offering the bati, and Lord is saying, no, give some more. Why is this just dry bati? Add some salt into it. So direct pastimes with Madan Mohan for Sanatana Goswami. Or we see Bilva Mangal Thakur. Krishna would come and sit in his lap, Bilva Mangal Thakur lap, and perform pastimes. So how is that Krishna is coming and performing direct pastimes with these great Vaishnava Acharyas? It's only there because they are now completely spiritual. There is no tinge of materialism in their whole manifested body. There's nothing material. It's all spiritual. And Krishna comes, and touches them, performs pastimes with them. Similarly, we have to also become pure. Till the time we are not pure, or we don't raise our purity, it is not possible for us to experience Krishna more and more. Prabhupada explains that Krishna is 100% pure. And because he is 100% pure, who would also interact with someone who is also completely pure. Until the time we don't become pure, we won't be able to experience completely Krishna in our life. And what is the process to become pure? We hear Bhagavatam itself mentions, by reading Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavatam, slowly our consciousness gets purified. And by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we get purified. So all these things are available in the society of ISKCON, and that's why this is a society which is transforming everything material into spiritual. So if we just continue ourselves, completely surrendering ourselves and serving the mission of Srila Prabhupada, then we will also get transformed from material to spiritual, and then will become qualified enough to be enjoyed by Krishna. Because Krishna enjoys only spiritual, no material energy. So we can learn from this pastime that how strong is the Maya. We had this pastime of Brahmaji visiting Vrindavan and is getting bewildered. Another place also, Brahma visits once Dwarka also. It is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela that one time Brahmaji visited Dwarka. And he went to Dwarka, and on the doorkeeper, he made Brahmaji wait there, and he rushed to Krishna and he said, Brahmaji has come to meet you. Then Krishna said to doorman, go and ask which Brahma. The doorman comes and asks, which Brahma? And Brahma hears this, he again gets astonished. Which Brahma? He says, please tell him the four-headed Brahma, the father of four Kumaras. And the doorman goes and tells Krishna that the four-headed Brahma, the father of four Kumara, has come. So Krishna says, okay, get him. Then Brahma goes and Krishna makes him sit on a comfortable place. And then Krishna asks Brahma, so Brahma, what is the purpose of your visit? And Brahmaji says, before I tell the purpose of my visit, I would like to ask a question, please clarify. You told the doorman to ask which Brahma, so can you please tell me, are there more Brahmas in this universe? And Krishna meditated for a moment, and there were innumerable Brahmas who came there with 10 head, 50 head, 200, 1000, then millions of head, trillions of head, and the whole place was filled with so many Brahmas with just become more and more number of heads. And not only Brahma, there were Shiva with many heads, and Indra. And when Brahma saw all this, that so many Brahmas with so many heads, much more than him, he was so surprised, so amazed. And all these Brahmas who came, and all these personalities, they all started glorifying Krishna. They couldn't see anyone else there. They could just see themselves and they could see only Krishna and no other Brahma. And then Krishna asked everyone, is everything going well in your universe? And they all said, yes, Lord, by your mercy everything is going well. And Lord said, I just called of you to ask how is everything. And they all, with their multiple heads and helmets, bowed down at the lotus feet of Krishna. And they all returned back, And then Krishna told our four-headed Brahma that this is the smallest universe, There are universes much, much, much bigger than this. There is no limit of it. And this all material world is just 1/4 of the manifestation of Krishna's complete creation. So this 1/4 is so big, what to say of the 3/4, the spiritual manifestation? We can't even imagine. So there also Brahmaji got bewildered, by just seeing that how insignificant, So after this pastime of Brahma Bimohan Leela, what happens? Brahmaji feels very shy, very shameful, very humbled that what I did, with my Supreme Lord Krishna, what I did, I went to test him. So he felt very, very low, ashamed. So he was advised that you go to Navdeep and you pray to Gauranga. So Brahmaji, he went to middle of the Navdeep Dham and he started meditating on the names of Gauranga. And Brahmaji started chanting, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Prasadam still not there, so so Brahmaji is constantly meditating, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And like this Brahmaji was chanting the names of Gauranga in Navdeep Dham, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what happened? Why are you chanting my name? So Brahmaji, when he saw Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he was so much into love, tears flowing from his eyes. Brahmaji said that, my dear Lord, I am so ashamed. I was so proud of my position. And in your Krishna Leela, I came and tested you. I want to become humble, and I want to join your next Leela in Kali Yuga when you come, So please give me a position in your next Leela. Please make me humble. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed, Gauranga blessed Brahma that, okay, in my next Leela, you will come as a low-born Mohammedan Haridas Thakur. And there you will chant 3 lakhs of holy names every day, and you will also get the love of Godhead. So in this way, Brahmaji told Gauranga Mahaprabhu, already my 50 years of life is over, and still I have to get the prema. So he comes and joins the Sankirtan movement 500 years back, the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and acts as Haridas Thakur and chants 3 lakhs holy name every day. And to become humble, he is given the position of a low-born Mohammedan. So where he is always criticized and he is seen in a very, very lowly way. So in this way, Brahma also wanted to become humble, joins the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Sankirtan movement, and chants the holy name of Krishna. So these are the various pastimes of Brahmaji in Vrindavan Leela, in Dwarka, and in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela as Shri Haridas Thakur. And as this 125th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's appearance is going on, so we also see that this chapter has a very, very, very special significance in the life of Srila Prabhupada. What is that significance? This is the last chapter which is personally translated and commented by Srila Prabhupada. After this chapter, the next chapters are done by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And of course, that is also completely in parampara. And Srila Prabhupada already gave us the whole 10th canto in the form of Krishna book, which is also so releasable. So, Prabhupada's Leela of bringing this Srimad Bhagavatam for all of us until this Brahma Bimohan Leela, the 13th chapter of the 10th canto, which is personally coming from the lotus mouth of Srila Prabhupada as Prabhupadic stasis, So how much endeavor Srila Prabhupada put to bring this Srimad Bhagavatam to all of us. We read in Leela Amrit that Srila Prabhupada was earlier distributing Back to Godhead magazine when somebody advised him, Swamiji, these leaflets or pamphlets, people will read one time and give it up. Why don't you start writing books? Then Srila Prabhupada thought, oh yes, my Guru Maharaj is speaking through this person. And Srila Prabhupada started contemplating on writing Srimad Bhagavatam. So then Srila Prabhupada in his quarters in Radha Damodar temple started working on the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which he thought to bring in 3 volumes. So Prabhupada started writing the very first canto, and it was the way we see right now. He would write the Sanskrit shloka, then he would also make the English Roman transliteration for it, then word to word meaning for it, then translation for it, then purport. This was all possible in Radha Damodar temple, but then Prabhupada thought that what about publishing and printing? So then Srila Prabhupada went to Delhi, and there he met Sri Hitsaran Sarmaji. And Prabhupada expressed his desire because Hitsaran Sarma was working with Dalmias and all, and Prabhupada said that, no, why don't you tell them to help me give money to publish the first volume. How much, what was the cost of the first volume only? Any? 7,000 rupees. The first volume only costed 7,000 rupees. And Prabhupada had to print 3 volumes for the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So then Hitsaran Sarma said that we may not get any help from Dalmia, better you go to Hanuman Podar. And then Srila Prabhupada, it is in his personal diary, on August 8, 1962, Prabhupada's balance, he has just 130 rupees. And with 130 rupees, Srila Prabhupada goes to meet Hanuman Podar in Gorakhpur. And by the time he reaches there, his balance becomes just 57 rupees. And he presents his manuscript and he tells that I want to publish this in English language. And he shows his manuscript. And Hanuman Podarji, very impressed, he gives Srila Prabhupada 4,000 rupees as a support. That also in the account of Dalmia, that he will pay for you. So then Prabhupada comes back, he meets Hitsaran Sarmaji, who was having his own press, Radha Press. But there he saw that the printing, the typesetting was just 10 points, but Srila Prabhupada wanted it to be 12 points. So then he told Hitsaran Sarmaji that, no, I want to be a little bigger. So then he guides Prabhupada to go to Gautam Sarma, who was having OK Press. And in OK Press, Prabhupada's first volume starts printing. But still 4,000 rupees was less. Prabhupada went and tried door to door, some Madhukari, people whom he knew. And today also, like even we go to Vrindavan and we have to give donation in another temple, how much we give? 10, 20 rupees. So just imagine 50 years back, 60 years back now, people would give 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 50 rupees, maximum. Some other Prabhupada got more, couple of hundreds. So then Prabhupada thought, okay, now I have to print this book. So he had this deal with the OK Press that you print everything, then you give me 100 copies, I will sell, I will give you more money. Then you give me another 100 copies, I will sell and I will give you more money. So like this, the first set of, paper came, Prabhupada did the proofreading. He would go, Prabhupada is staying in Chipiwala, and the OK Press was in Chauri Bazaar. One place I heard that it was earlier Chor Bazaar. Later it became Chauri Bazaar, where all the printing press were there. So Srila Prabhupada goes, almost 1 kilometer walk. He goes to the Chauri Bazaar, OK Press, does proofreading in his temple at Chipiwada Radha Krishna temple, does every day up and down. Then the first volume of first canto, this is chapter 1 to chapter 6, comes out. And then Prabhupada takes this and he goes for selling in Delhi. So Leela Amrit describes that Prabhupada sells 40 books in Delhi schools. Then he gives 50 books to the Education Ministry of Education, which gives us 600 rupees to Srila Prabhupada and tells him to post the books to different universities in India. Then 18 copies of first volume goes into the embassy of US, and they send this book to the universities in America. And this way Prabhupada could get some money, give to the OK Press, and get another set of 100 copies to distribute. So while this was going on, Srila Prabhupada again went back to Radha Damodar temple, and this time again writing the second volume of the first canto. And again he wrote the second volume of first canto, made everything ready. Again he comes back to Delhi. Again he has to find out a sponsor. So again he goes around looking for a sponsor. And then finally he meets an executive of a company, L&H Sugar Factory. And this executive of L&H Sugar Factory was also impressed by Srila Prabhupada's presentation. And when Prabhupada published first volume, he took lot of reviews from important personalities. Send it to Zakir Hussain, the vice president at that time, send it to many other famous personalities and took reviews from them. So with all this, Prabhupada went. So the executive of L&H Sugar Factory, he gave a sponsorship of 5,000 rupees. And with this, Prabhupada spoke to the OK Press. So still the first set of volume 1, Prabhupada printed 1100 copies. And more than 50% was still lying in the godown of OK Press. And Prabhupada pressed the order for second volume, that now you start printing second volume. And Prabhupada gives him, 5,000 rupees, start printing second volume. So they agreed, they started printing the second volume of Srila Prabhupada, and it also started printing. Then again Prabhupada goes back to Radha Damodar temple and starts writing the third volume of first canto, completing the first canto. So after writing third volume, again he thinks, now again look for a sponsorer. Where to find a sponsor? So this time to get a sponsor, Prabhupada decides to come to, where he goes? Bombay. He comes to Bombay. And there he was aware of Sumati Morarji. So he comes and he comes to her office, the secretaries and all, so much of protocol, rules, regulations. The owner of such a big company, not so easy to meet. Prabhupada waited for hours and hours. And finally Sumati Morarji gave an audience the next day. And Prabhupada expressed that I made this first volume, second volume, and it is taken by University of America, Ministry of Education, and so many personalities have appreciated. So I need a sponsor for printing third volume. And Sumati Morarji very happily sponsored the third volume of Srimad Bhagavatam. So again Prabhupada comes back. So for the first volume, Prabhupada was coordinating everything through Hitsaran Sarmaji. But then Prabhupada saw that the process, it was very slow, So then Prabhupada decided for second and third volume, he personally did everything. He personally went and purchased the paper from Sidhomal and Son paper merchant, So from this shop, he purchased the paper, he got it transferred to the OK Press. After printing there, he got it transferred to the binding, and after there, he took it out for distribution. So much efforts, all this took almost 3 years, from 1962 to January of 1965, single-handed effort of 3 years for first 3 volume of Canto 1 to come out. And then Srila Prabhupada thought that now I am ready to go to the West. So with 200 volumes of first canto, Srila Prabhupada put in trunk, took it, boarded on Jalduta to go to America. And because of his such endeavor, today we have this Amal Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam, which we have the opportunity to relish, we have the opportunity to share, to distribute, and this literature is helping us, is blessing us in fact, not helping, it is the literary incarnation of Krishna. So it is blessing us so that we can also get freed from this 4 defects and become spiritualized, so that we become also qualified or eligible to be enjoyed by Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So these are the wonderful pastimes of our founder Acharya, and we can see what kind of leela and efforts he put, and all this he is doing when he is 68, 69 year old, so old, and he is performing all these pastimes. So today also happens to be the disappearance day of Srila Abhiram Thakur, who is one of the 12 primary Gwal Bal of Krishna. So out of the 12 primary Gwal Bal of Krishna, one of them is Abhiram Thakur, and today is appearance day. So I'll read about Abhiram Thakur from Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Prabhupada writes in one of the purports. This is the expansions of Lord Nityananda in chapter number 11 in Adi Leela, and in 13 translation Prabhupada mentions about Srila Abhiram Thakur. Shri Rama Dasa Ara Gadadhara Dasa Chaitanya Gosaira Bhakta Rahe Tanra Pasa. Two devotees of Lord Chaitanya named Shri Ram Dasa and Gadadhar Dasa always lived with Shri Veerbhadra Gosai. Purport. Sri Ram Das, later known as Abhiram Thakur, was one of the 12 Gopalas or cowherd boyfriends of Shri Nityanand Prabhu. The Gaur Ganesh Deepika 126 states that Sri Ram Dasa was formerly Sri Dama. In the Bhakti Ratnakar 4th wave, there is a description of Srila Abhiram Thakur. By the order of Sri Nityanand Prabhu, Abhiram Thakur became a great acharya and preacher of Chaitanya cult of devotional service. He was a very influential personality, and non-devotees were very much afraid of him. Empowered by Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he was always in ecstasy and was extremely kind to all fallen souls. It is said that if he offered obeisances to any stone other than Saligram Sila, it would immediately fracture. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, 10 miles southwest of Chanpa Danga railway station on the narrow gauge railway line from Howrah in Calcutta to Amta, a village in the Hooghly district, is a small town named Khana Kula Krishnanagar, where the temple in which Abhiram Thakur worshipped is situated. During the rainy season, when this area is inundated with water, people must go this line. There is a station named Kolaghat. People must go this by another line, which is now called the Southeastern Railway. On this line, there is a station named Kolaghat, from which one has to go to the by steamer to Rani Chak. 7.5 miles north of Rani Chak is Khanakula. The temple where Abhiram Thakur worshipped is situated in Krishnanagar, which is near the Kula bank of Khana, Dwarakeshwar river. Therefore, this place is celebrated as Khanakula Krishnanagar. Outside of the temple is a Bakula tree. This place is known as Siddha Bakula Kunja. It is said that when Abhiram Thakur came here, he sat down under this tree. In Khanakula Krishnanagar, there is a big fair held every year in the month of Chaitra on the Krishna Saptami, the 7th day of dark moon. Many hundreds of thousands of people gather for this festival. The temple where Abhiram Thakur worshipped has a very old history. The deity in the temple is known as Gopinath. There are many Sevite families living near the temple. It is said that Abhiram Thakur had a whip, and that whoever he touched with it would immediately become an elevated devotee of Krishna. Among his many disciples, Sriman Srivasacharya was the most famous and the most dear, but it is doubtful that he was his initiated disciple. So this is about Srila Abhiram Thakur, mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And one more place it is mentioned. Ramdasa, Abhiram Thakur was also known by Ramdasa. Ramdasa, one of the chief branches, was full of fraternal love of Godhead. He made a flute from a stick with 16 knots. Shri Abhiram Thakur Tirobhav Divas ki. It's Tirobhav, correct? Disappearance. Hare Krishna. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any questions or any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the nice class. In the today's shloka, Maya Arbhaka, that word has come, meaning that the cowherd friends were made of Maya. So Brahmaji stole Krishna's friend or some illusory manifestation of.
So, as Prabhupada very clearly explains in the translation purport, so there were total 3 sets of cowherd boys and calves. One was which are eternal associates of Krishna. Second one was the one which Krishna created by Maya, by his illusory potency or by his Yog Maya created, which was taken by Brahma. And third one was Krishna's own expansion, which continued the pastimes going on. So it is said that just like Ravan cannot touch Mother Sita, but what he took with him was the Maya Sita, the manifestation of material potency. In the similar way, what Brahma had was actually the Mayarbhaka. Means, what Prabhupada says for Mayarbhaka, it says that the boys made by Krishna's Maya. So those were the boys which were taken by Brahmaji, as it is said that nobody can directly touch the associates of Krishna, because they are all direct associates of Krishna. Krishna's eternal potency, Haladini Sakti, which has manifested in this way for Krishna to perform his pastimes. So they cannot be touched by anyone. So total 3 sets. One continued his pastime with Krishna, not seen to anyone. One went with Brahma, the Krishna's created by Krishna's Maya. And one Krishna's expansion, which continued the pastime in Vrindavan, which Brahma saw and got shocked. So 3 sets total. Hare Krishna. Hanuman Prabhu wants to say something.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, जब ब्रह्मा जी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की लीला के समय हरिदास ठाकुर बनकर आए, है ना, तब ब्रह्मा जी का उधर पोस्ट खाली हुआ तो कौन चलाया, उधर कौन गया था?
So the book, the name of the book is Gauranga by His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, where he writes this pastime. So he says that when Brahmaji was planning to come for this pastime, in human calculation this time is big, but in Brahmaji's calculation this is very, very small time. Just like when Brahmaji stole the cowherd boys, for Brahmaji's calculation it was just one moment. एक क्षण था केवल, लेकिन जो लीला इधर हो रही थी वहाँ पर 1 साल बीत गया. तो उसी तरह से जब ब्रह्मा जी हरिदास ठाकुर बनकर आए तो वो केवल कुछ साल के लिए वो पास टाइम हुआ था. मुझे पता नहीं हरिदास ठाकुर कितने साल तक रहे होंगे, पर जितने साल भी रहे वो बहुत छोटा समय है ब्रह्मा जी के. तो हिज होलिनेस जयपताका महाराज लिखते हैं गौरंगा बुक में कि जब ब्रह्मा जी इधर आ रहे थे तो उन्होंने अपना उतने ड्यूरेशन के लिए एक अरेंजमेंट कर लिया था ताकि उनका ऑफिस चलता रहे. जैसे हम लोग कहीं जाते हैं तो कुछ अरेंजमेंट कर देते हैं कि हमारा ऑफिस कोई संभालता रहे, तो उधर महाराज जी लिखते हैं कि ब्रह्मा जी ने अरेंजमेंट किया था कि उनका ऑफिस चलता रहे जब वो हरिदास ठाकुर की लीला में है. तो ऐसा वहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. हरे कृष्णा. Govind Kumar Prabhu has to say something.
Just a small curiosity. You mentioned that while Brahmaji prayed to Gauranga that I have passed my 50 years and not still got the love of Godhead. So because Mahaprabhu comes once in every day, so he missed so many opportunities before.
When I read this, I also got similar question. That's why it is too difficult for us to accept pure Krishna consciousness, because we are very technical, you know. I also don't know. We'll have to find out. Maybe every day Brahmaji would like to. Why should I speculate? I don't know. We have to find out. We have to find out. Yeah, Mahaprabhu comes. Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma, and when Krishna comes, followed by Krishna, Mahaprabhu comes. So it is written by Maharaj in that Gauranga Leela when Brahmaji says that, no, my 50 years have passed away, you know, and I am still not humble. So now let me become this. So don't know what happened in the previous pastimes. previous days also whether Brahma Vimohan Leela happens or not. I don't know whether this was the only day when this Leela happened or it happens in every day of Brahma. Is it that every day of Brahma, Brahma got bewildered? Is it that every day is Brahma getting bewildered and every day Brahma Vimohan Leela happening? It's like you are doing same mistakes every day. I don't know. If you know, you answer.
No, if Brahma can be bewildered multiple times in one day only, the different day it is possible.
How is bewildered multiple times one day?
Like Dwarka.
Because he's into this universe, so he's not bewildered, he's amazed there. Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions he's surprised. First he's surprised, and then, I mean, any one of us, if we see, we are so small, and we see little amazing things, we get bewildered. And Brahma is saying people with 10 million heads, trillions of heads, we can't even imagine what kind of platform and what kind of plane all these things are happening, you know. You can ask maybe some more senior Vaishnavas who have done research more on this, the technical aspects of Brahma's bewilderment and Gauranga Leela. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Sevram Thakur ki.